Hello, 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 and welcome to Booked Not Begging. So, today we're going to be answering the one big question. The question that every single bookkeeper that I work with out there asks me, the question that you yourself are probably wondering if you've started prospecting at all. Why is it so flippin' hard to find bookkeeping clients? All right, so let's dive in. So, as I said, today we're talking about something every bookkeeper, not just you, has felt at some points. Clients. Specifically, why is it so hard to find bookkeeping clients? Because on paper, it shouldn't be. Simply put, there's millions of small businesses and they all need bookkeeping, right? So, why does it feel like we're chasing, convincing, following up, and just hoping? Today, I'm going to show you what's really happening and what actually works. My name is Melissa Broughton. I'm a wife, mom, accountant, author, podcast host, and the creator of the 1 Hour Bookkeeper, an online training program designed to teach stay at home moms, dads, and military spouses how they can make real money working from home as a paid professional bookkeeper. In 2016, I left corporate America and launched our accounting firm, Busy Bee Advisors. By the beginning of 2017, we had just shy of 300 clients and a bookkeeping staff of 27, plus additional administrative support. It was crazy. In 2019, my husband joined the company as my partner, and we truly haven't looked back since. So let's be honest for a second. It's kind of like a diet. You feel like you've done it all, you've tried it all. You post, you go to networking events, you email, you call, you hand out cards. You know consistency is the key. But really, this bookkeeping thing sometimes feels a bit more like a hope or a hobby. And you'd love to follow up, but you're getting crickets, ghosted, or maybe if you do get somebody on the phone, you get let me think about it. So now, if we were live, what I'd ask was a quick show of hands who's ever been ghosted after a call with a client. And what I want you to know is I'd see a lot of hands. Exactly. This isn't rare, it's totally common. Getting momentum in your business takes drive, and momentum takes unstoppable consistency. So here's the plot twist. It's not because you're bad at bookkeeping. The market is saturated, the economy is terrible, you're unlucky. It's simply all about strategy. So the first issue, and I love this picture, is bookkeeping is treated like toilet paper. Clients think it's all the same. Why does this one cost more? Can't my assistant do this? Can't I just do it? And when clients don't see a difference, they simply compare on price. And that's where the price wars start. And price wars are exhausting. So what do? We chase, just checking in, following up, circling back. My personal favorite is just bumping this up in your inbox. I laugh every time I see it in my own inbox from a salesperson. We lower our price, we over explain, we refresh our inbox for the hope that some email message will pop up. It really is exhausting just to think about it. But the truth is, desperation lowers your perceived value. High value providers don't chase, they select. And that is a total shift. So there's only two ways to grow, even if it's from zero. You go after them, or they come to you, outbound versus inbound. Neither works accidentally, but one gives you far more control. So let me ask you something. Do you love rejection? Do you enjoy interrupting strangers? Do you thrive on awkward conversations? If yes, outbound heavy cold calling might totally be your thing. And no doubt it works. 100 calls per day for 100 days works. In fact, if the thought of cold calling makes you feel all warm and tingly, then take a picture of this slide, shoot me an email, and I will personally send you some excellent scripts and tips that you can use right now. So that's not me. I actually hate the phone. Anybody who's worked with me knows I hate the phone. I know, another surprise plot twist there for you. But so do most bookkeepers. We're analytical, we're detail oriented, we're relationship driven. And you don't need to become someone you're not. That's the good news. What you need is a system aligned with your strengths. So think of bookkeeping like going to the gym. Everyone knows they should, everyone knows they need to, but there's really no urgency. It gets put off a day and then another day, and pretty soon those days start to pile up. Clients act when the tax panic hits, cash flow collapses, or maybe in some strange case, it's a New Year's resolution. It's not urgent for them until it is. So imagine this. What if 3 to 5 qualified clients reached out to you every month? No chasing, no convincing, no discounting, just inbound inquiries or calls with clients that are ready for you to get to work. Now that's positioning, that's authority, and that's a machine. How different would your confidence feel? So let's flip it for a second. If 3 to 5 clients came in monthly, when would you hit capacity? Are you still able to operate intentionally, or do you find yourself stuck in the feast, famine, overwhelm, burnout cycle? So let's do a little math. 25 clients at an average of $350 per month equates to $8,750 per month. That's $105,000 per year. You work from home, you're not paying rent, there's no payroll because the only person on the payroll would be you. So most bookkeepers report overhead under $500 per month. It's not about having 100 clients. It's about having the right 25. And 25, you'll hear me say it again and again, 25 is your magic number. Now, on top of that 105,000, if we go back to the math, you have setup fees of $299 for each of your clients. So let's be super conservative. And if we multiply the setup fees, $299 times 25, you add that to the 105. And then let's add another $10,000 in hourly billing. Now, the hourly billing is what you'll use when you have a client that wants to have a review call, or you're doing data entry work for clients. Anything above and beyond the reconciliation process can and should be billed at your hourly rate. So if we add the $299 in, that brings us to $112,475, and 5 months of consistency when the marketing machine is running smoothly will get you to maximum capacity. So let's talk about the dream, right? Ring, ring. You can even hear it. You can feel it. You can taste it. The dream, the true dream, is clients coming to you. I'm telling you that right now. It is a total game changer. It's you no longer chasing, no longer waiting, just having a steady, consistent stream of clients. And consistency is the key here. Your inbound has to be built, though. It can't be just hoped for. When we get down to it, there are 3 ways to make the phone ring: referrals from current clients, word of mouth from friends and family, and the third, ads. Referrals are great, but they're slow. And what if you don't have any clients? Word of mouth works, but it's completely unpredictable. And chances are your friends and family have no real idea what it is you do. Now, ads, that's the magic. Ads give you total control. So the majority of bookkeepers I talk to want a $10,000 per month business. So let's start there. Maybe it's more for you, maybe it's less. But for paid ads, and that's what we're talking about here, you can realistically expect to invest 25 to 40% of what your desired monthly income is on ad spend. So if we're looking at $10,000 per month, we're going to do easy math, and we're going to call it $4,000 per month as your investment in ad spend. So $10,000 is your goal. Again, $4,000 would be the easy math there. Or if you wanted to be a stickler, you could make a note and have it be listed as $2,500 to $4,000 a month. But here's what that looks like. Months 1 through 6, which you can see in front of you, you're spending $4,000 a month on ads. Now that's going to bring you to a total payout of $24,000. Super easy math. Now at month 6, you start to see some good momentum. And I'll be honest to tell you, it's a delicate dance. So in month 7, you taper back to $3,500. Now this brings us to $27,500. Month 8, you taper back a little bit more to $3,000. So now you're at $30,500 that you've put into ad spend. Month 9, we're slowing down at $2,500, bringing us to our total of $33,000. And month 10 through 12, you're holding steady at $2,500. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this is what any traditional marketer will tell you you need to do to truly market your business. So at year 1, even with a steady slowdown, at month 7, that still brings you to a total of $40,500 in ad spend. That assumes you're lucky. Most firms take 3 to 6 months to dial in ads and performance, meaning you're spending that $4,000 for potentially an additional 3 to 6 months. You're working hard to build infrastructure and not magic. Now, there's one more thing I want you to consider. With any type of advertising, you have the choice, of course, to do it yourself and kind of figuring things out along the way, or you can hire an agency. Now, agencies either work for flat rate monthly fees or for a percentage of your ad budget. Either way, the math is generally about 5% of your ad spend. So on that $40,000, we're going to add an additional 5%. We're keeping the math simple, and that really is about $2,000. So here's some great news. 5 years ago, clients were not searching for bookkeeping firms online. They had to be reached via more traditional advertising methods, postcards, letters, mailers. Now, compared to online advertising, these are incredibly expensive. But as I said, the good news is now clients are online. You can find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube creates an excellent platform to be able to find your ideal clients. The great thing about online ads is they're trackable, targeted, and completely adjustable, meaning when you find one that hits, you can double down on it, spend more money on that one, and remove your spend on another one if that was the route you chose to go. So keep in mind, it takes 6 months for consistent results, but that means 6 months of consistent foot on the gas ads for consistent results once you find the solution that works. So month 1, there's no clients that have come in. Month 2, you start to see a trickle with one client coming in. Month 3, another client. 4, none. 5, one client. And month 6, some momentum starts to happen and 2 clients come in. It's 6 months of testing, refining, and optimizing. So I don't even know you, but I can tell you something. You're awesome. You stick with it, you stay consistent, you try to ignore those growing credit card balances, and finally you hit that tipping point, right? So month 7, that magic 5 number comes in. Month 8, again, another 5. Month 9, another 5. And then at month 10, another 5. And there you go, you've got your 25. But you're capped. Your tank is full. You've got no more room at the end full. So you're full. Now what? Do you hire? Do you stop ads? It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. And hiring, I will tell you, totally changes your profits. Stopping your ads, well, that's a worse thought than the paper you spent weeks writing in college only to lose it because it didn't save on your disk. So I've got another scenario for you, and it's realistic. Let's say 2 clients cancel. So now you're at 23. You get there, you get to the top of the mountain at 25, and then for a variety of reasons, 2 clients cancel. Now, I'm going to assume it's of no fault of yours. Maybe they went out of business, maybe they retired, whatever it is. Maybe they sold their business, but you're still faced with being down to 23. You've got a gap and you know you need to gain 2 additional clients, but you've decided to stop your marketing. So now what are you left with? You've got to start the machine over, and you guessed it, you're back to $4,000 a month. Marketing, unfortunately, isn't a faucet, and consistency wins. So, all unicorns and rainbows here, right? I appreciate you sticking with me. What if you didn't have to build it alone? What if the machine already existed? 27 bookkeepers, 300 clients a month. We simply didn't take our foot off of the gas. We have full-time operations with administrative support, a full-time marketing team, and we've already paid for the mistakes. We know what works. Why should you spend $40,000 of your money learning? Why guess? Why burn months testing? We're opening our playbook. I'd love to introduce you to Bookkeeper in a Box. The program includes 12 months of bookkeeping support and business support. It includes a monthly one-on-one coaching call directly with me. We have live office hours 3 times a week where you can jump in and ask your most pressing client questions. And I provide you, or I should say my team and I provide you with 10 real paying clients delivered directly to you. Not leads, not maybe, but paying clients, where you can start earning in a fraction of the time for a fraction of the cost of ads. These clients position you to actually be able to get referrals. And you know what? We help you with that as well. Some students have elected to have us fill their roster of 25 clients, and that's fine too. Every aspect is completely customized for you. Now, this is for serious implementers, not somebody who's just thinking about starting a bookkeeping business. But if you want predictable growth, this was built specifically for you. Spots really are limited to 4 students per month, and not everyone who applies will be accepted. It's just that simple. You'll be emailed a link to the application. Once we've received your application, our team will review it. And if it seems like this program will work for you, we'll get a call scheduled. Super simple. I'm Melissa Broughton. I appreciate you taking the time to watch today. And now you get it. You don't need the hustle. You don't need to do the cold calling, and you don't need to do the chasing. You need a system and the right 25 clients, and we get you there. It creates predictable revenue and puts you totally and completely in control. You now know what that looks like, and now it's your move. Thanks for being here.